What's up guys, Jeremiah with Big Custom Fab here. We want to do a little tutorial video of how to install an outlet that has some dual USB chargers. One of the main reasons I like to do this is because of the two USB chargers on the inside. Allows you to have actual 4 plugins on your outlet. Just turn off all the power to the outlet if you know what it is, but we're going to go to our panel and we just happen to know what our breaker is. But ours is labeled and we'll go out there and show you how to shut the breaker off before we do the install. Before we install the outlet, we want to make sure that the power is not there, or if it is there, we want to make sure that we get it turned off. My tool of preference is a multimeter. It just makes me feel warm and cozy inside, and that, as us crazy electricians have to figure out, that's what we need to have is warm and cozy inside. Okay, so we're here with our multimeter. What we're going to do is we're going to insert the red lead into the smaller of the two faces or openings in the outlet. That is typically your hot side, or it should be your hot side. Sometimes people wire them backwards. We're going to take the black side of our black lead and stick it in there. It doesn't really matter which way is which. But as we can see, we have 117 volts. So that tells us that this outlet is energized. So what we need to do is go out to our panel and find that where this outlet is, or find the circuit that feeds this outlet and de-energize it prior to our install. Okay, now we're out here at our panel. Let's cut our circuit off prior to the outlet install. Most all panels come with a panel directory over here. It's up to your electrician that wired the house if he actually put the labels on there or not. Luckily, the person that wired this house labeled it out. Anyway, this one's labeled as master bedroom over here on number 14. We're gonna move over here to circuit 14 and we're just gonna flip it off. Take your red lead, stick it in the smaller of the two openings in the outlet, and then we put the black one, or like I said, doesn't matter in either direction. We insert those in there till they're fully in there. And then we look and we have 0 voltage. So now we're safe to work on the outlet. So now we're going to start the removal process of it. So now we're going to take a flat-headed screwdriver and remove our cover plate. Get that out of our way because we won't be needing that anymore. This is why I like a multiple tip screwdriver. We just flip that around. Then we remove our top and bottom screws of the receptacle, or also known as an outlet. One other little tip is if you've ever painted around your outlets and you're going to remove an outlet, if you look down here and the receptacle doesn't want to come off the wall, take a razor blade and cut that layer of paint that typically builds up here and here, and that'll keep from ripping the drywall paper around your outlet. Pretty much we're just going to go through and remove the rest of these, or not remove, but loosen these screws up, and we just pull our outlet out. We have whites and blacks, but in a house typically our whites are neutrals, our blacks are our hots or our power wires, and our bare wire is our ground wire. Pretty much come in here, loosen the screws up, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Here I'm going to the left, or also known as counterclockwise. And you just come in here and you peel that wire off. Get it up here and get it out of your way. So I got some extra length on these wires. So I'm just going to use a pair of strippers, and I'm just going to come in here and cut these things real close, because getting those hooks off for sometimes a little bit of a pain. So I cut that side, so I'm going to undo this side manually. So we cut one side, and then we'll just loosen these up with a screwdriver. Since we're not going to use this outlet again, I'm just going to go ahead and take that screw all the way out. And this one we'll go back and do just the old school way of saving everything. Then again, why I like a multi-tip screwdriver. Come in here and see where this hook's closed. Just take that screwdriver and slide it right down in there. Then we just open that hook up a little bit. Then it comes off like a dream. So I like to come in here after that and get everything nice and straight and not bend all to pieces like it was. But in this particular outlet, I know we have to have all of these wires just bent straight, cut off, and slightly stripped. I like to keep everything about the same length. Just makes the tucking in process a little bit easier. All right, on this particular outlet, we only have 2 screws. Where on our regular outlet that we were removing, it has 2 screws on each side. How we determine what wire goes where, this screw here is brass. We always say black on brass, white on silver. Black on the brass screw, your brass screw is your power screw, your silver screw is your neutral screw. Then our green screw is our ground screw. So we're going to come in and we're going to strip these wires straight just because how these come in. We don't want to hook these. We have slots in the back of it, here, 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 for the wires to slide into the back of the receptacle. So we'll come in here and we'll strip these out. There's a strip length on the outlet itself. It determines how far you strip this insulation back on the wire. About that far. I like to personally do my ground wires first. Here straight, right underneath the screw head, so it's got a larger head onto the screw, so we're able to just slide that straight in. Tighten it up. Remember, black on brass, white on silver. So this is our silver one, so we want to kind of tilt it down where we open these holes up in the back. Then we just put our wires in there. White wires in our silver screw slot. We'll get those pretty close to lined up. Insulation shouldn't be, or bare copper shouldn't be sticking out a long way out of the back of the outlet. Let's come in here and snug it up. Just come in here and then we slide our black ones in. Check our connections. There's where the fun part comes in. We'll make sure when we're tucking all of this in that our ground wire is not touching our neutral or our hot. What I like to do is take my finger, push it in the back of the box, and start my wires bending down. Then I come right here. I'm getting me a little pre-bend here and bend down where it'll just set straight back in the box. Come right here and you just push it straight back in the box. The round hole needs to be down on the outlet. I like to look in here and double check that my ground wire hasn't creeped up anywhere and touching on anything. So now we're safe. Line up our top screw. Line up our bottom screw. Don't want to over tighten these screws because most boxes in houses are plastic boxes. So you'll strip the screws out if you tighten them, over tighten them. We'll come here and change our tip back to our small flat head to install our cover. Goes over just like so. I'm OCD, so I like my screw slots to be vertical, lined up with the outlet. That just makes me happy. It's not that hard of a project to do. Anybody can tackle it. The main thing to do about this whole situation is to make sure that the circuit is turned off. If you have a main breaker and you can't find a breaker that goes to the room that you're trying to work in, the best thing to do is just turn the entire house off from the main breaker, or just turn off every single breaker in the panel. Won't hurt anything. They'll come back on. But anyway, thanks for coming in with us and watching how we install an outlet. Hopefully you learned something from it. If you like the video, go and give us a like, a share, a follow, all of those good things. Hit us up on YouTube, Instagram, pretty much across all the social platforms, or you can check us out on our webpage at bcustomfab.net. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day.